Coffee with Nikkie. In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business. And we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing Monday morning? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am feeling amazing this morning. Today, I was going to talk about gratitude this morning. And if you guys are not following me on social media, please go on over to social media and follow me on Instagram. I did a post and I said, what are you grateful for? I want everybody to go on there and comment, what are you grateful for this morning? Now, initially, I was going to be talking about gratitude this morning, but today I was listening to David Shands. You guys know how much I love David Shands. And so I was listening to him this morning, and he was talking about momentum. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try to tie those two together because we get into a habit of, we get this momentum and we get it going and then we stop. We keep on going and then we stop. We're doing really good and then we stop. Or we have the idea to start something, but we don't quite kick it off. Like we get into these moments and habits of starting and stopping. And so we're going to talk about that more today. And also I want to say we did a whole full week of the 30-day challenge. We are now on day 8. Let me tell you, these 30 days are going to go by so fast. So stop putting off what you could do today, tomorrow. What is it? Don't put off today what you could wait. Don't put off tomorrow what you could do today. Stop putting it off. If you know that there's things that you want to accomplish, you know that there's things that you need to do. If you know that there's a schedule that you need to adhere to, it is time for you to take the initiative and just do the work. It's never going to feel good. It's never going to be a good time. It's never going to be the right time. Just jump in and do it. Okay. And so I want to share with you guys, again, like I said, I'm going to tie momentum and I'm going to be tying in gratitude, right? Now, this morning, I started getting back into my 5 a.m. Workout. And I'm realizing when I do my 5 a.m., there's so many amazing things that happen to me within this 5 a.m., right? Besides all of, my creative juices are flowing. I'm getting these ideas. I'm planning out things. And while I'm doing all of these things, I know that I am most productive at that time in the morning. But why am I not always getting up at that time in the moment, right? In the morning? Why? Because I want to be lazy. Why? Because I'm being undisciplined. Why? Because I just choose not to do it, right? And I'm choosing not to do it, but I know that the things that come out of my 5 a.m. is amazing things, great ideas, wonderful things, planning, productivity. A lot of stuff comes out of my 5 a.m. So why am I not? As you can see, I'm energized. You know what I'm saying? I got most of my day done at 5, but in between 5 and 8. In between 5 and 8, I got most of my day done. And so why don't I do it? Because I can, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? And I know it works better for me. I know that I could get more done. I know that I feel better, but why don't I do it? And so I want to talk about that today. And it's because we're deciding not to do what's best for us. Why would we decide to do something different, when we know these things can be helpful. So I say all of that to say, again, these 30 days are going to pass really, really fast. They're going to go by fast. And I know it seemed like, since this is day 8, it's going to seem like it's a long time ahead, but it's really not. 30 days are going to pass you by before you know it. As you can see, we're almost done with it, the year already, right? And before you could even blink, the year was, we're already towards the end of the year. It's time to already be ready for holiday season. It's already time to, you know what I'm saying? Like, the time is going by us so quickly. And if you want to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, you're going to have to start taking the initiative and start doing the work. You're going to have to start getting disciplined and start doing the work. You're going to have to start stop start stop start. You got to stop that. You got to decide that, you know what, in order for me to keep this going, I've got to build up the momentum so that I can push over to the next level, so I could get to that next thing. And I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I know I'm speaking to me, and I know I'm not the only person in this room, right? But you have to stop stopping and get into the flow of things, right? You have to get into the flow of things. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Also, I want to share with you guys, I decided that I was doing my Bible app this morning, and I do that while I'm riding at 5 a.m. So I can be, I'm habit stacking. I'm stacking my habits on top of one another so that I can get, a lot of things done. So when I'm working out and I'm riding the bike, I will read my Bible app. I will, do my devotionals and things like that. And then I do plan out my day. But I was reading my Bible app this morning, and there was a 40-day challenge. And I said, you know what? I normally don't do the challenges in the Bible app, right? I normally don't. I just read my day and that's that. So I said, you know what? Let me get into it, and I'm going to do the 40-day challenge. So if you guys are part of the 30-day challenge, I did post it in Facebook, the link to join me on the 40-day challenge. It's reading the New Testament in 40 days. So if you want to be a part of that with me, feel free to join me on Facebook. And I'm not saying everybody has to join me, but if part of your goals was to build a better relationship with God, or get a better spiritual life, or any of that, then I would say, come on and join me over there. So with all of that being said, let's check and see who's in the building this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got Latrice of Heartbeat Candle Co. here in these YouTube series. Nope, I said that wrong. We got Latrice of Heartbeat Candle Co. I, on the other hand, call her cousin here in these YouTube streets, okay? We call her the best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on Earth's in the building. Good morning, cousin. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got Melly Mel in the building. Melly Mel says, good morning, everyone. Make it a magnificent Monday and hit the like button. Hit the like button, please, everybody. Come on and hit the like button. Hit the like button. Good morning, Miss Lois. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Chris Marie. How are you doing this amazing morning? We got the West Coast in the building. Good morning, Lakeisha Keisha. Lakeisha Keisha's in the building. She's here early. Good morning, Christina. Christina's in the building. Good morning, Miss Linda. Miss Linda said, good morning, everyone. Have a blessed Miracle Monday. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Tanya. How are you doing this amazing morning? She said, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Good morning, Melissa. Melissa's in the building. She said, good morning, everyone. I'm blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Yolanda. Yolanda said, good morning. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Michelle had an event this weekend, and she decorated her space and everything. So kudos to you, Miss Michelle. I hope you had an amazing event. Good morning, Big Meech. Big Meech is in the building. She said, good morning, everyone. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please, everybody, hit the like. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. Chantel's in the building. Speak to me. Hey, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We're going to get it together. Good morning, Miss Tracy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, look, both Tracy's are back to back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning, Sheila. Sheila from VA said, hey, everyone. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. Like I said, I prepared myself to speak about gratitude, but we're going to talk a little bit about momentum. And so my notes now are all over the place because I started adding extra. So bear with me if I am moving from place to place to place. Okay. And so, everybody, if you are doing, again, if you're doing the 30-day challenge with me, we are on day 8. We are on day 8. The post that I wrote about today is about gratitude. And I want you guys to tell me one thing that you are grateful for this morning. Please put it in the chat. Please put it in the chat. I am grateful that I woke up at 5 a.m. and I re-energized myself, because I tell you, it felt so good to wake up at 5 a.m. And even though I was prepared to lay in the bed, I was prepared to say, nah, I'm gonna stay here. I wasn't even asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like I was sleeping and I was already up before 5 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna lay here a little bit longer. And I was like, you know what? Let me decide, because that's what it is a decision. Let me decide to get up and start doing this workout. Once I get going, I could keep on going, right? I'm not going to get going and say, oh, I did 15 minutes. Let me stop. I'm so tired. No, I know that once I get the momentum going, that I'm going to continue going. So it felt really good to get back into the habit of doing that. And while I was doing that, again, I was listening to the Bible app, because if you guys are going to do the 40-day challenge with me, you can listen to them read. We were doing the book of Matthew, right? Yes, the book of Matthew. And you can listen to it while you're doing whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so that was really good. But it built up the momentum for me to get everything going. And so you guys, if you, like I said, if you would like to join me over on the 40-day challenge, y'all. But one thing that y'all grateful for. One thing that you're grateful for. I'm grateful that I was able to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm grateful that I woke up, period. But I'm glad that I was able to wake up, get back into my routine, and feel revitalized and re-energized. I felt refreshed. Like, there were things that I was doing and I'm like, why am I not doing this all the time? I feel good. I'm getting things done. I'm crossing things off my list. It wasn't even 9. You know what I'm saying? It's not even 9 o'clock. And I got most of my stuff done in the beginning before I even got on Coffee with Nikki. Why am I not doing this all the time? Why am I putting myself in a position to, and I don't even want to say so much as it just being comfort, because I know, I could be comfortable at any time of the day. But I decide that I don't want to do something because I just choose not to do it. But this makes me feel so much better. So why am I not doing more of this? And it's the same thing with you guys. Why are you not doing? You know that you have great ideas. You know that you have a great product. You know that you know if you work out, it feels good. You know that you want to lose weight. You know you want to eat right. All these things feel better, not initially because you got to get yourself used to it, but you like the results of the thing. And so if you're doing it and it feels good, why aren't you doing more of the thing that feels good, right? Instead of stressing yourself out and instead of worrying. And that's one thing that I got from the Bible app this morning, is that you don't need to worry about this. You don't need to worry about anything. If you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, everything else is going to happen for you. You don't have to worry and stress about stuff. It's going to happen for you if you're doing the things. You know what I'm saying? And so if we know that, then why we're not doing that, right? If we know it, why we're not doing that? Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Good morning, Kay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She said, happy money making Monday. Hey, thank you, Nikki, but it was okay. But praying for triple sales this Saturday coming. Okay. All right. Now, Michelle, did you let everybody know where you were going to be? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I did see it. Yes, 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 I did see it. Let your customers know. Let your customers know. I am grateful for my husband and my children. Come on, gratitude. Gratitude, let it snowballs. So let's see what you are grateful for this morning. I am grateful that I woke up and have another chance to get it right with God. Come on, come on, come on. Grateful for God showing me his grace and being there for me even when I backslide. That's another one. Yes, yes, yes. Loving me unconditionally. Yes, yes, and yes. I am grateful for waking up this morning feeling better than I've been feeling. Yes. Come on, feeling better than you've been feeling. Tanya says, my family and I woke up this morning. I'm also grateful that God has given me the motivation and knowledge to move forward with my dreams, regardless of how scary it seems to be. Yes, yes, and yes. I love that. I am grateful to be alive. Yes, 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 yes. I'm grateful God's angels covered and protected my family. Yes, indeed, cousin. Yes, indeed. Good morning, Martini. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tell us one thing that you're grateful for. And I see that you got your stuff popping. So Martini launched on the 15th. And so you guys, if you're not following her, please go follow Mawamo. Go follow her. Let me see. I am grateful that God woke me up this morning and my health. Yes, yes, and yes. I agree. That was my message of the day. Do your best and let God take care of the rest. Come on, I love it. I love it. I am grateful for God's mercy and protection. Yes, yes, and yes. I'm grateful for God's faithfulness in my life. Grateful for community and family. Yes, yes, and yes. I'm grateful for grace and mercy. Yes, yes, and yes. Grateful for waking up in my right mind and able body. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I am grateful for this day and God keeping my children and I safe. Yes, yes, and yes. Congratulations, Martini. Yes. All right. So again, I want to talk about gratitude, but I want to talk about momentum. And I may be all over the place because I got momentum in the end. Like I started listening to David Shands this morning and I was like, ooh, I'm right there. And so I think that sometimes I question myself. Sometimes I question what I'm doing and where I'm going and the direction and where I'm leading people. Am I doing the right thing? Da 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 da. And so I have been getting confirmation and not me questioning if I'm living in my purpose kind of thing, but I have been getting confirmation on the messages that I've been saying or, the path that I'm on, that it seems like I am seeing more messages of what I'm saying and what I'm doing. So, listening to David Shands this morning when he was talking about starting to, doing certain things and getting into the habit and in the flow. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing with the 30-day challenge. That's exactly where I'm going with this. This is exactly where I want people, where I feel that I am being led to call people, right? Because I know when you're doing all of the things, there's a lot of stuff going on and you feel like you're being pulled in so many different directions and you have no control of your day. And doing something like this is allowing you to see that you can have control of your day. You have to decide what you want to do, and then you have to move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? You can't allow everything to take you away from what it is that you are trying to do. And while you're allowing the distractions, while you're allowing the different things to pull you all over the place, you don't get to focus on anything that you actually want to do. And so I felt like the messages that I'm getting, I'm right on time with what I'm saying. And instead of me questioning what I'm doing and delivering my message, it made me feel more confident about getting in front of you guys and saying what I was saying, because I feel like not that it's justified or that I needed that approval from anybody else or to see if everybody else is talking about it and then I'm on the right track. But it just felt like it gave me a little something extra, like, okay, you are on the right track. Continue doing what you're doing because you are on the right track and you are doing, you're in alignment for the things that you say that you want to do. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about the momentum. Remember, I said I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And again, my 5 a.m. working out inspires me to get my mind going, right? I know that my best ideas come from 5 a.m. in the morning. They just do, right? um like I said, I get the most done in between 5 and 8 or 5 and 9. I get the most done within my day. Usually, whatever I'm going to speak about for Coffee with Nikki, all that stuff is done. Everything is done. And every time that I do that, I always have time. Even though I think, okay, I'm getting up at 5 a.m., I'm not going to have time. I'm rushing, da 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 da. No, when I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I have time to do everything. I have my time with God. I have my fitness time. I have my scheduling time. I have my planning time. I have everything all fit together, ready for me to go. So if I know I operate better in this flow of things, then why don't I do it? And so I want to encourage and inspire everybody in the room. If you're watching the replay, if you're sitting here now, I want you to start getting into to the habit of creating a ritual, right? And this is another thing that David Shands was talking about is your morning routines, your rituals. And your routine may not start in the morning. Some people just don't feel as energized in the morning. Some people may have that energy in the middle of the day. Some people may have that energy at night. But wherever it is that you're most productive, that's when you should be maximizing all of the things that need to get done, right? Because that's when your brain is working the best. That's when you have the best ideas. That's when you are motivated to get the task done. But you've got to start building a ritual for yourself. And this is where the miracle morning comes into play, right? The miracle morning and even atomic habits. Even he was talking about atomic habits this morning. I'm like, I'm always talking about atomic habits. But the miracle morning by Hal Elrod, I encourage everybody. The book is on YouTube. This is not a new book. This is one of the 4 books that I suggested that everybody read during this 30-day time. But the miracle morning shows you how to set your morning up so that you can at least, if you give 5 minutes, everybody has 5 minutes in a day. You may be, my job is this, my kids are this, my schedule is this. Everybody has 5 minutes in a day to dedicate to whatever it is that they decide to dedicate to it. If you decide that you're going to let your day get away from you, that's on you. But if you want something different, you've got to do something different. How many of you guys are with me? If you want something different, you got to do something different. Let me know in the chat. Say I'm with you. I'm grateful for God's grace and mercy to be in my right mind. My right mind, sound, and able body. Yes, yes, and yes. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. If you want something different, you've got to do something different. Let me know if you're with me in the chat. Let me know if you're with me in the chat. Right? Because you can't continue doing the same thing. You're never going to start that business if you continue with the same habits, if you continue to allow your day to get away from you, if you continue to say that you don't have time for yourself, if you continue to, you're never going to get that business off the ground. You're never going to lose the weight. The weight ain't just going to fall off by itself unless you get sick or unless you just decide that you're going to stop eating. It's not going to healthily come off. You're not going to train your mind to do different things if you continue to do the same thing, right? Your mind is still doing the same things. You gotta allow yourself to do something different if you want different results. We all are sitting here trying to get these amazing results, amazing things in our business, amazing things in our lives, but we're still doing the same thing. So how can you expect to have something different if you continue to do the same thing? Right? I can't expect anything to grow if I'm not doing the things. Let me tell you something. I was reflecting, right? And I was like, well, it seems like business is slow, and it's slow for everybody, because even David Shands was talking about that too. Business is a little bit slower for some people, but some people, the momentum is going. They built this up and this thing is moving them. You know what I'm saying? Like things are happening, things are flowing and going, right? But I'm like, well, why isn't things going the way I want them to? And I'm like, well, let this happen, let this happen, let this happen. And I'm like, you know what? You know why things aren't going the way they should be going? Because I'm not putting the energy where I needed to go. I'm allowing the day to take me away, and I'm not doing the things that I was doing that was creating that momentum, that was building me up to go. And I'm not doing that anymore. And so since I'm not doing that anymore, I'm seeing that things are not happening the way they should. I see that things are not the way that they used to be. And that is because of me. That's because I stopped stop building the momentum. He was talking about the boulder and moving the boulder, like you pushing that boulder and you getting it up there, you building up that momentum for it to go over the edge, right? But if you stop, now you stop, you don't have that momentum to help get you up that hill. So now you stop. So now you're going backwards, and now you got to start all over again. You know what I'm saying? And so how many of us are doing that in our business? How many of us are doing that in our personal lives? Let me know in the chat. Put ones in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Ones in the chat. How many of us are like, we're like, yeah, we're getting there, and then we stop. So now instead of picking up from there, now you got to start all over from below Step one. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to build that back up. You got to build that back up. And so we have got to gain that momentum and keep the momentum. The reason why some people are ahead, or you see dramatic changes in their business that are really helpful, or that are looking really good, the reason why you see that is because they never stop going with the momentum. Remember, I was telling you guys, I started this thing on YouTube. Not I started this thing, but I started as a content creator on YouTube, right? That was me doing makeup in the time where it wasn't a lot of people on YouTube doing a lot of different things. That's when I started, right? And when I was in the thing, I just kept on. I had to post every day. We had to post, we had to talk, we had to do this. We did I forgot what the streaming thing was that we used to do. But I built community, all of those things. But all of those things were for me to gain momentum so I could continue to grow my tribe, so I can continue to get my subscribers up, right? And so once I stopped, there was nothing. There was no momentum going. Right? I wasn't building anything. And so that's a lot of you guys are starting in your business. You're getting excited about building the thing. You're getting excited about creating that thing, but you're not continuing with that momentum, trying to be like, oh, I got to get my product in this person's hands. I got to try to get 5 sales at least today, or I got to get this in front of this person. I got to try to do this. You're not doing the things. You're not doing the things. So what can you do to help you to continue to create that momentum? And the thing that I want to say is going to help you to create that momentum is your routine, is a ritual. And I know sometimes it'll have a negative thing because you think rituals, you think witchery and things like that. But no, I'm saying a ritual is something that you're going to habitually do all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so what that does for you is that it gives you a peace of mind to know that I've accomplished something. It helps to get you in flow, and it helps to build up that confidence, and it motivates you for the rest of your day, right? I'm motivated because I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I got my workout on. I know that I'm spiritually in a good place. I know that I'm mentally in a good place. And I know that I've done what I needed to do for my day so that I can continue to have a better day. I can continue to have a more productive day, right? And so if I know that this is going to help me, then why don't I do this more? Right. And I want to say the same thing to you guys. If you know that these things are going to help you by building, by, establishing a ritual, by establishing a routine, if you know that's going to help you, then why don't you do it? And I want you guys to answer me. If you know something is going to help you, then why aren't you doing it? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. If you know it's going to help you, then why aren't you doing it? You know what things are going to help your business grow. You know what things are going to make you into a better person. You know what things are going to make your body feel better, but you're not doing them. Why? 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 I'm a perpetual reset sometimes. Yep. I'm on a perpetual reset sometimes. Yep. Good morning, Rosalicia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? We'll start getting that business going, and then we'll be like, oh, I'm rebranding. Oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I'm relaunching this. Why though? Why? If you did the work in that thing, you could continue to just keep moving that thing along. You don't have to keep on doing and restarting and stopping, restarting and stopping. Oh, I'm going to bring this business back. I'm going to not do this business. I'm going to do. If you continue, if you build up the momentum and you build up some consistency, you could get some good results. You could get some good results. So why would you do that to yourself if you know that by building a routine, by building a ritual, it'll help you again. It'll help you get in flow, and it'll help also create some motivation for you. If you know, then why aren't you doing it? Then why aren't you doing it? Excuses. Yep. Fear that I'm not ready for the success. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one, because we want success, but do we really want success? And so we sabotage ourselves sometimes with that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we sabotage ourselves. We want to be successful, but we'll fail on purpose because now it'll make us feel better because we don't know what success is going to feel like, or we don't know what the other side feels like. And so we'll kind of sabotage ourselves. That's a good one, Tanya. That's a good one. Or feel like I'm not good enough. Everybody Let me tell you something, and I know that's another thing we are, we deal with all the time because we're looking to the left and the right when we should be just looking at ourselves. There's nobody created that's going to do what you could do. You know what I'm saying? They may be doing something similar, but they can't do what you can do, and only you can deliver what you got. You know what I'm saying? We've been blessed. Remember, I said about your gifts. You have been blessed with the gift, whether you understand it or not. My job, I don't know where my gift is going to take me, but my job is to utilize it. I'm going to use it so I don't lose it, right? And so by you not doing it, you're doing yourself a disservice. And you're also saying that somewhere along the line, God made a mistake because he didn't know what he was doing by giving you a talent or by giving you an idea. You know what I'm saying? So somewhere along the line, something ain't right. Something got mixed up and maybe you got this by accident. There's nothing by accident. We don't get anything by happenstance. We have it because we have it, and it's time for us to use it. You got something, you got an idea, utilize it. Right? That is the parable of the talents, right? Because if you have it, it's for you to multiply, for you to be able to build a life with that, for you to use it to shine your light so that you can share that light with others. And by you not using it, you're saying something is faulty here. I somehow got somebody else's something, or my something is not good as somebody else's something. If your something was supposed to be like this, it would be. If it's not, it's because it's not supposed to be. My products are not supposed to look like anybody else's products. My talent is not going to look like anybody else's talents. I talk about David Shands a lot, but I'm not supposed to look like David Shands. I'm not supposed to sound like David Shands. I'm supposed to get up here and sound like me. And that's what I do. Can I sound more polished? Of course I can, but that's not who I am. This is who I am. You get me real, uncut, raw, spicy, all of that. You get that every single day. Why? Because that's who I am. This is how I am meant to deliver my message. Whoever's going to connect is going to connect. Whoever doesn't get it, they're not meant for me, right? I'm supposed to be shining my light on whoever gets what I'm saying. It's not for me to switch it up and change it up and be like, oh, I got to be like this person. No, you got to be like you. And in order for that thing to shine, you got to be able to let it go. Let it go. Let me know. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. Let me get to it. I feel the same, Tanya. Let's see. I start and stop all of the time. Exercise and eating right is a prime example. Listen, let's get it together, y'all. Let's get it together. Get into the habit of doing it. You're not going to want to do it all the time, but get into the habit of what you can do. You know what I'm saying? What can you do? Does 20 minutes of exercise sound good to you? Do 20 minutes of exercise. It don't have to look like an hour lifting weights, doing this, doing that. That's not what your day looks like, right? What feels good to me? What can I do? I can build on it. I could build up that momentum, because if I could do that 20 minutes, that 20 minutes may build up to that 40 minutes, that 40 minutes may build up to that hour. And this is where I wanted to be in the first place, right? But it's going to build up some kind of momentum, and you got to get going. You got to get going. It's not going to happen. It's never, believe me, it's never going to feel like a right time. It's never. You're just going to have to decide that I'm going to do that thing. It's never, ever, 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 ever going to feel like, you know what, that's it. I'm going to have to do it. Unless something sits you down and you like, I got to do it, right? Something happens in your health where now you changing your diet because you got to do it. You don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? So do you want it to be get to a point where you got to do it and you don't have a choice? Or you want to be able to say, you know what? It's going to take a little bit of commitment. It's going to take a little bit of sacrifice, but I could do it. I could do it, right? But you got to get your mind together in order to get yourself there, right? You got to get your mind together and get yourself there. Relaunching and rebranding is a form of procrastination for some people, for all people, unless you are, I get frustrated when somebody tells me I'm rebranding, I'm doing this, I'm starting my company over. I get frustrated. Why? Because you're rebranding and you're doing all of these other things thinking that something ain't working, but you ain't working the thing in your business. And that is why you're not selling anything. Not because it's a look, not because it's the, you know what I'm saying? It's because you are not talking about your product. Guess what? You're going to rebrand, you're going to relaunch, and you're still not going to do the work. And guess what? You're going to get the same exact results. And what you're going to do, refresh it again, because it's not about the looks, it's about the work. And the work has got to get done. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Like, the work has got to be done. You've got to do what you need to do in order for those things to happen. I'm not going to lose weight by just me having a thought about me losing weight. The weight's going to come off because I got to do the work, right? My products are not going to just fly off the shelves because I got a dope product. I got to do the work. My products are not going to get into certain people's hands if I don't put them there. Or if people don't, if I'm not talking about it enough so that it could happen to possibly get in their hand because of somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not doing the work, if you're not doing the stuff, then how could you expect results to happen? And that's one thing that really, really, like, it's just you procrastinating. It's about you. Maybe you just like the refresh. Maybe you were bored with the look, but everybody else didn't know what was going on with the look. Everybody else didn't know. And it's you've got to do the work. And just because you created a new thing, a new look, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. How many of us say we're going to do an exercise and some new exercise come out, we're like, oh yeah, let me go do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to dedicate myself and I'm going to do it. And then you get bored with it and you don't want to do it no more. You may do it 1 or 2 times and that is it. Right? We got to do the work. It's got to happen. And once you start doing it, it'll just start getting more, I don't want to say comfortable because that's not the word, but it just starts building up the momentum because you start getting that confidence. You know what I'm saying? I feel confident in it. Anytime I work out in the morning, and it just could be my mindset, right? It could just be my mind. But every time I'm working out, when I'm looking at my body in the mirror, and like I said, nothing is changing because it's only a day, right? Nothing is changing. It's only a week. It's only this. Nothing is changing, but in my mind, it's changing. In my mind, I look better. In my mind, I feel better, right? And so it's building up the confidence for me to continue to keep on going so that when, I feel better in my clothes, that you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to be able to do those things because, again, it's going to build up the confidence that you need to keep on going. It's going to build up the confidence, the momentum going. Yes? Yes? Let me know. And I know I'm speaking a little fast, but like I said, I had a lot to say. And because I was talking about one thing and it turned into another thing, I want to make sure that I get it all in. I want to make sure that I get it all in. Good morning, Shao. Is it Shao 76? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Fear and present obligations. Okay, let's get it. Let's go. I feel my brand wasn't professional, but who said the brand wasn't professional? You said it. So now what do you need to do in order to get that thing going, right? What do you need to do to get that thing going? Yes, obligations, which sometimes can be a distraction. They're all the time. I wouldn't say so much a distraction, but you got to be able to do the things that you got to do and also make time for the things that you want to do. Does that make sense? Still got to do the things you got to do, but when are you going to make time for yourself? I know a lot of you guys, like, oh, well, the 9 to 5 takes up most of my time. I'm tired. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. How much of your day can you dedicate it to just you doing what you got to do? That's going to be enough. If you only got 20 minutes out the day, that's going to be enough, right? At least you know you could build up that confidence, that momentum. Yes, I got 20 minutes a day. That 20 minutes a day is going to, equal up to some time then at the end of the week, right? Because maybe sometimes you'll have more than that 20, but in that 20 minutes, I'm 100% be laser focused on the task at hand. I'm a spend that 20 minutes and do what I need to do to get what I want out of this day. Right. So yes, I have my obligations, but I got to give myself 20 minutes a day. If that 20 minutes is on the bike, if that 20 minutes is in the bathroom, if that 20 minutes is on your commute, if that 20 minutes, no matter where that 20 minutes is, as long as you decide that you are going to put in that work for yourself, then that's what's going to help build up the momentum so that you can continue to do that, right? Because now at least you feel like, yes, I had all those things that I got to do, but I also gave myself time to do the things that I said that I wanted to do. I may not have 8 hours to dedicate, and today I have 20 minutes. I'm going to use that 20 minutes wisely. Everybody has 20 minutes. Stop making excuses as to why you don't have time in your day. Everybody has time. Is how you're going to prioritize your day. It's however you decide you're going to prioritize your day. Right. As far as my business, I feel I'm consistent. However, this weight loss journey is harder. I'll do good for a while and then boom, I'm unmotivated. I think it's boom, right? And then boom, I'm unmotivated. You have to find what's that thing that's going to make you feel good. Maybe you need to work towards the goal. What's the goal? Maybe it's eating different. Let's not take all of it at one time, right? Let's say I'm gonna cut out one thing. I'm gonna do this one thing for a week. Small steps, baby steps. I'm gonna do this one thing for a week. Let's say I'm gonna cut out sugar. I'm gonna cut out sugar for a week. Maybe let's just say we're not even gonna go as far as a week. I'm gonna cut out sugar for a day. I'm gonna decide today I'm not gonna have sugar, right? And then the same way that they do, addicts, is that you do 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time, no matter, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to build up that momentum. Yes. Okay. No sugar felt good to me. I'm going to do it again. No sugar. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm going to try something different. No bread today. You know what I mean? But what does that feel like? Do I feel good about that? I could do a day. And then I could build on top of my day and do 2. I could do on top of my day and do 3. You know what I'm saying? But stop. We look at the whole picture. We're looking at the whole picture. What little bit can you do today that's going to create the momentum for you to keep on going, right? I feel the same way. I don't feel like I'm good enough, so I stopped trying so hard. I wonder why God told me to start my business and wonder if it was set up to fail. It's hard pushing through that. God is not going to set you up for failure. So that right there, God is not going to set you up for failure. Your success may look different, but you got to decide what your success looks like for you, right? Or is it just, I'm going to just continue to do my thing, and through me doing my thing, I'm going to figure out where I'm supposed to go, right? And that's the thing, like that's with me, right? I'm going to continue to do this thing, and I'm going to see where this thing is going to lead me, right? Again, this is not something I set out to do. This is something that happened as a result of other things. So I'm going to see where it goes. I'm going to see where it leads me. And if God should say this is, it's time for you to stop, or I don't feel good about doing it anymore, then I'm going to take a pause and I'm going to stop and I'm going to reassess and see what I need to do. But I'm going to continue doing it, right? You're deciding that you're not good enough. You're deciding that you're looking at somebody else and deciding that, okay, well, mine don't look like that. I feel bad about my stuff. No, that's not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? There's people who have less than what you've got, and they're out there with confidence. There are people whose stuff look worse than yours. And I'm not even saying your stuff look bad, because it doesn't at all. You know what I'm saying? But you saying that you don't feel like you're good enough. There's people whose stuff, and I know you look at it like, oh, well, I see you did this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, and this ain't even pretty. You looking at somebody else's stuff and saying that, but they're confidently putting that thing out there, whereas you're sitting here doubting yourself. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Bring me on. All right. There's the link in the chat. The link's in the chat. Miss Latrice, I have goosebumps in my scalp. That was my lesson this time around. Okay. I feel the same way about people rebranding. Let me tell y'all something that gets under. Anybody tells me something about a rebranding, I'm like, ugh. Like, what are you rebranding? You coming out with the same product. You coming in with the same product. There's nothing different. You're not talking to a different audience. You're talking to the same people. What are you rebranding? Nobody knows what you got. You didn't put it out there enough. So what are we rebranding for? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to cut it out. Cut it out. It frustrates me. So we got cousin in the queue. Let's put her up. Let's bring her up. Good morning, cousin.
Hey, good morning.
It's not even Wednesday.
I know I ain't even had my coffee yet. So listen, y'all. Nikki, you said everything while I was waiting for you to bring me in. But I will say this, and I'm gonna always give you a scripture. So 2 Timothy 1:7, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but the power of love and sound mind. Listen, we can all say God has given, I know God gave me my vision for my business because I heard him clear as day. Even if you haven't heard, but you started the business, he still gave you the idea, right? Everything comes from God. We all know this. So what it won't do is fail. We fail because the business failed because we fail. We fail to work what we have. You have to want it bad enough to do it. And they'll say it all the time, do it scared, right? You don't have to fear you not producing, you not becoming this millionaire overnight. Nobody does, right? Even those who have, I promise you, something led up to them becoming a millionaire overnight, other than unless they won the lottery, right? So you have to know yourself, know what you can do, know yourself. I'm gonna just say that, know yourself. Know, Nikki already said, you take your time, you do 20 minutes, you do an hour, whatever it is, you can put, listen, this laptop been right here next to me forever. I got cancer candles I need to make. I've been making a label for a month. It ain't done yet. Not because I haven't made it. It's because what I want to do is just not, it's here, but it's not here, right? So I'm playing around and I'm doing what needs to be done. In the end, it's going to be whatever, and it's going to be just fine, and it's going to be great. And not because I'm fearful of it looking some type of way or whatever. It's because I want to. And I know we can all say we want to be perfectionists. No one is. We're not perfect, right? But we can strive to have our stuff to be as perfect as we want it to be, right? So when it comes to your business, when it comes to how you're feeling, you may need to take a step back. You have to sit down. You may need to meditate. You may need to write. You may need to figure out what it is. Are you doing too many things at once? One thing at a time. If it's working on labels all day, work your labels all day. If it's wicking jars all day, wick your jars all day. Whatever that thing is, do it and do it to the best of your ability. Don't be scared that it's not going to work for you. Just up here, you have to know, and in here, know that what you're doing is the best that you can do. And I mean, down the road, we all gonna learn. We've all made mistakes. We all learn from our mistakes, which is why we can do the next thing better than what we did, because we learned something along the way, right? It's not that it's not gonna do it. It's fear of we at one point, I'm sure we all was scared of success, right? I promise y'all, when I went to launch, I told the girl 4 times, wait a minute, hold up, don't hit that button yet. Because now this is something new to me. I'm not an entrepreneur up here. I'm not an entrepreneur, but here I know what God spoke to me, right? So now I got to just go forth in this thing. Now, whether it's my time and his time, what do I want to be further than where I'm at now? Yeah, stuff happens, surgeries happen, life happens, right? So it's not going to always be on our time and what we think it should be and the expectations we put on ourselves. That's where the problem come in at. We expect too much out of us for it to be what it needs to be. We just need to take our time and do it in steps. I always say I can't run your race, you can't run my race, but we can do what we need to do. You might need to try, right? You're not this bunny rabbit. You can't just get down here in 0.5 seconds. You might need to be this turtle and move at this pace. And I'm going to always say, what's for you is for you. At the end of the day, God has given you something, and I'm sure it's great. Work what you have. Work it to the best of your ability, right? Take a breather if you have to. Don't stop on a thing. Don't fear, like it's not just going to happen for you. It will happen for you, but you got to want it for yourself. I can't want you more than you want you. I can't want your business for you more than you want your business for you. You see what I'm saying? I can't do it. You have to do it, but you have to know you want it so much that you're going to work it to wherever. I remember the 3 or 4 o'clock a.m. days, not even going to sleep, knowing I got to get up at 7 and go to work. But because I wanted it so bad, then I'm not there. I promise y'all, I'm not where I was then. I need to get back there so I can push for it, because I knew what was going on in Heartbeat Candle back then is not going on now. I promise y'all it's not. It's a whole different thing. I need to get back there, but I also need to center self. And so I'm dealing with that. God is moving me into some other areas. I'm still working candles and stuff, but it's other stuff God is working with me on. So I have to prioritize these things. And God, what are you saying in this moment? Right. So me not really working Heartbeat Candle like I want to is okay with me at the moment because God is doing other works in me. So you have to know yourself. You have to know what you want. You have to know what God is doing and saying, your Allah, whomever your God is, right? But you have to want it for you. I can't do it for you. Nobody else can't do it for you. Fear has no place here because God has not given us fear. Jesus is love. Okay. He gave it to you. This is what you're going to have. You got to trust him, to trust yourself and know that it's going to work out for your good. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to stay in here long. I just came to give a word because, y'all go to talking fear and all that and my spirit get vexed and y'all ain't going to work me today. So I cannot. I love y'all. I do. I got to go to work. I'll send a prayer and the thing. I can't even pray right now because they just sent a message, but I love y'all. I love y'all.
Thank you, cousin. Bye. I love you. All right, y'all. Did y'all get the word? Put some ones in the chat. If that spoke to you, let me know if it spoke to you. Let me know if it spoke to you. Put some ones in the chat if it spoke to y'all. Let me tell you something. We're sitting here questioning what we're doing. We're stopping. We're starting. We're stopping. We're starting. Build up that momentum and keep that momentum going, because if you can continue with the momentum, you could see the rewards. You could see what's coming for you. You don't see what's coming for you because you keep on stopping. You're never going to see a result. You're never going to see the reward. You're never going to feel the rewards because you keep on stopping. You've got to continue on going. You've got to build the momentum and keep the momentum going. That momentum may look different from day to day. You may not be as inspired as you was. You may not want to create that thing. Let me tell you something. I love doing creative things, but I don't always feel like creating. You know what I'm saying? I don't always feel like, with Bubble Babes, I got to continuously make the same soap. Ain't nothing pretty about the soap. Ain't nothing pretty about the serums, but these are the things that sell, and I got to continue to do it. So I got to find the beauty in what I'm doing in order for me to keep that momentum going, because it's easy for me to say I'm going to stop and I'm not going to do it anymore. But by me stopping and not doing it anymore, I'm never going to achieve a goal that I set out to achieve. I'm never going to hit a mark that I set. You know what I'm saying? Because if I keep on stopping, how will I ever know what's going to happen for me? You know what I'm saying? And so I say all of this to say, everybody within the sound of my voice, I need you to figure out what is going to keep you going, what is going to keep that momentum going, and you guys continue to push. You guys continue to do it. Like I said, every day ain't going to look good. Every day ain't going to feel good. There's going to be days when today I woke up and it's probably because I haven't done it in so long that 5 a.m. just felt so good to me, right? But it's going to be days when I don't feel like it. There's been times that I really didn't want to do it. And I pushed myself to get out of the bed so that I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Because once it gets started, I'm going to continue to do it. And there's also other things that I can get from it. There's other beneficial things that are happening while I'm doing it. Remember, again, I'm habit stacking. I am getting other things done. I'm having my conversations with God. I'm having my conversations with myself. I'm planning out my day. I'm building I'm putting up content. If you guys notice, if you're following me on social media, I've already posted on my social media. And a lot of you guys are scared to pull the trigger because you're not comfortable. Because you don't know when you should post. You don't know what you should post. And a lot of you guys are scared to pull the trigger. I'm going to say right now, just go on ahead and pull it. Just go on ahead and pull it and do it. Because that's going to make you feel better. It's going to build the confidence for the next right thing, and the next right thing, and the next right thing, and the next right thing. Because that's going to feel good to you. What is it? The dopamine? It's going to feel real good to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, I did a lot in my day. Oh, I feel good. Look at my to-do list. I done knocked off 4 things on my to-do list already. You know what I'm saying? It's going to build that up. But what do you rather feel? You building up that momentum, or you feeling like, oh, dang, I didn't even get to do this today. I didn't get to do that. Oh, I'm so stupid. Why didn't I do this? Why did I let this person do this? Why did I let this person stress me out? Why did I let that take over my whole day? Some of y'all listening to people tell y'all nonsense all day long, and then you're going to talk about you ain't getting nothing done with your business. You decided that you didn't want to prioritize your time, and you wanted to listen to nonsense all day instead of taking that day or that 20 minutes and put that 20 minutes into you. You got to think about you. You got to think about the results that you want. That's not going to contribute anything to your day. The only thing that's going to do is make you vibrate lower. The only thing that that's going to do is take you further away from your goal. That's what that's going to do. If nothing that I'm going to be, if that's going to take me away from my goal, then I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be doing that. A lot of times, like, oh, I got time today. If somebody saying something negative and I'm going back and forth, I'm like, oh, I got time today. But I know that when I'm doing that, I'm not doing what I could be doing. I'm not doing anything productive. I'm doing something because it makes me feel better, because you ain't going to get one over on me. But I'm not doing anything that's moving my needle forward. I'm not moving anything that is helping me get to my goals. So we got to do better. We got to keep the momentum. Y'all put momentum in the chat. Put momentum in the chat. Momentum in the chat. Let me see. Also, that's the trick of the enemy, telling you that you're not good enough. Yes, come on, Tracy. When you have those thoughts, you respond by saying, I am good enough because God says I am. Period. If I got it, it's because I'm supposed to have it. You know what I'm saying? If God put it in me and said, this is what you got, this is what I got. God said you could do this, you could do that, you could do this. Guess what? I could do it. I may not be able to do all the things at one time, but I'm gonna try my best to do as much as I can with it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I got. And I know. And I look at other people and I see, oh yeah, you this, you that, but I know what I got. I know what I got. And like cousin said, it's about you running your race. What does your race look like to you? You know what I'm saying? And you got to decide what success looks like for you. You got to decide if your goal is important enough for you. And if your goal is not important enough for you to stick to a habit or a routine, then what else can you make important enough so that you can stick to it? Right? Why does this matter to me? When you start falling off, you got to sometimes give yourself grace, but don't fall off and say that, oh, I'm giving myself grace, and you're not even trying to do anything. No, if you have to take a minute to reassess, then take that minute to reassess, but that don't mean quit. That doesn't mean quit. You got the momentum going, continue with it going. Y'all hear me? Y'all with me? This is day 8. Day 8 is about gratitude, but it ended up going to momentum. So I should probably change day 8 to momentum, and then probably do day 9 for gratitude. But be grateful. Let's tie this together. Be grateful that you have the momentum, because you could not be able to do the work. Something could happen and you could not be able to use your hands. Something could happen and you could not have your eyesight. Something could happen. So we could be grateful that we get to do the things that we set out to do. I am grateful that I get to speak to you guys. Not, oh, I have to come on here and speak to you guys at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I got to be inspirational at 9 o'clock in the morning. None of that. I could be grateful that I'm here. I am grateful that I had a sound sleep and I woke up in my right mind and I'm able to speak clearly. Something could happen and you could lose your speech. My aunt had a stroke and she wasn't able to speak clear for a long time. Anything could happen to you guys. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful for this moment. I am grateful and I'm thankful for the momentum. I am grateful and thankful for the energy that I have, that I'm now going to be putting into the rest of my day, so that it can continue to snowball and I can continue to have better and better and better and better things happen for me for the rest of my day. And so I say the same thing to you guys, right? Be grateful for the momentum. Be grateful for the things that you have. Be grateful for this time and this moment that we're sharing with each other, right? Because there's something in this word today. There's something in this energy of the day that is going to help you to move this needle forward. That's going to get you to where you got to go. Say I'm with you if you're with me in the chat. Say I'm with you if you're with me in the chat. Let's get it. Let's go. Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm going to be in the indoor flea market. All right. Pray until something happens. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm saying, let's get it. Let's get it. That momentum in the chat. Y'all got the momentum, and say if y'all with me, y'all with me. Let me know. Y'all should have the energy. Y'all should feel revitalized this morning. Y'all should feel Y'all should feel something moving through you today. Who you calling homie? Who you calling homie? Let's see. I can see that on a shirt. Come on. Kay has it in the shirt. She does. The math ain't math. And yes, before we get off this live, you guys, hit the like, please and thank you. Let the math. Let the math. Momentum on the shirt. Oh, Meech. Tracy, somebody get it to me. Momentum. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. I read it right. Let's get it. Let's go, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. So, like I said, day 8, we are on gratitude/momentum. Momentum. Gratitude/momentum. Yes. Let me see. I'll work on it. Okay. So, let's get it. Let's go. Again, if you want to be a part of the 40-day Bible challenge with me, I put the link up in the Facebook group, the 30-day challenge Facebook group. If you guys are in the 30-day goals challenge, I need you guys to communicate with me daily. By you not communicating just means that you're not engaging. If you decided that you're going to do this 30 days, every day you got to engage. So every day go back and check and see what the challenge of the day is. And sometimes it's not even a challenge. It's just me asking you a question. How are you doing today? Did you do anything that, what 3 things are you proud of doing this, today? Or what have you knocked off your goals list? Like, it's just simple things. You don't have to worry about every day is a new challenge. No, it's not. Sometimes I'm just asking you what's going on. How are you feeling? Do you feel good about knocking something off your goals list? Or do you feel good about building up to what you got to do? So every single day, make sure you're checking in on the 30-day challenge if you are part of the challenge. Okay. Every day. Today's easy. What are you grateful for? That's all that I asked you guys. That's it. I have to post the pivot t-shirt, been so out of it. I thought I posted it already. Thank God I'm not as sick as I was last week. Yes, and yes. Thank God you are good. Yes, Kay has that on a shirt. Yes, she does, because that's the name of her brand, y'all. Nikki, you are worth your weight in gold. Thank you so much, Sheila. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. So you guys, I want you guys to be revitalized, energized, and I want you guys to do something great for yourself, your business, and your spirit today. If you're doing a challenge, please go on over to the challenge. If you want to join me on the 40-day Bible challenge, do that. I want you guys to go to the challenge and tell me what you're grateful for this morning. I also want you to go on my social media posts and tell me what you're grateful for this morning, because again, we are taking for granted every minute of the day. Every time you breathe in, you may not breathe out. You know what I'm saying? And we take for granted that our breath is going to be there. We take for granted that everything is going to be as it should be every day. Something can happen at any given day, at any given moment. And so we need to definitely be thankful and grateful for what we have and continue to keep that momentum going in your business, because again, you're going to look, the year's going to be over, and you're going to look up and say, I didn't do what I needed to do for my business. I intended on doing it, but I didn't do anything for my business. My business didn't get off get off its feet. My business is not growing. Why? Because you ain't working that thing. You've got to work your thing. You've got to work your thing, because before you know it, you're going to look, like I said, a year going to pass, 5 years going to pass, 10 years going to pass, and you're going to look, I didn't do nothing. Why? Because I was so obligated with all my obligations and all of my things I got to get done that I didn't have time for me. So I lived all of this life for everything and everybody else except for myself. Come on, somebody. I need y'all to I need you to get into what it is that you are here to do. You are here to live in your purpose. You are here to live your life and be happy. What does happiness look like for you? What does purpose look like for you? Right? Purpose doesn't look like all of your obligations. So how can you make time for yourself so you can make room for your gift? Your gift will make room for you. Yes. Let's get it. Let's go, y'all. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, especially if you watch this far. If you think somebody could use this video because there was something said that they need in this particular moment, please share this video with them. If you are here and you don't know when I go on, make sure that you click on your notifications bell when we go live. We go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of motivation, inspiration, and information. Goodness, I almost forgot my own thing. What else do I want to say? That is it. That is all, you guys. Have an amazing day. You know, I'll give you a long goodbye. But that is it. That is all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.